EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to the Tar Heel State, where the legacy of the late, great Sam Mills lives on with each pound of the drum. And that means we are ready for football here at Bank of America Stadium in Uptown Charlotte. Today we've got a Week 6 matchup for you here, as it'll be the Dallas Cowboys taking on the Carolina Panthers. On the visiting sideline, their head coach. His guys sitting at 3-2 at this point of the season. His counterpart on the other side, the head coach of the home team. His guys ready to feed off the energy in this building as they try to win one in front of the home crowd. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. And it's a pretty good return here as they get this up to the 29. Time for Dak Prescott of the Dallas offense to go to work. Prescott, of course, the former 4th-round pick in 2016 out of Mississippi State.
That was a solid performance last week, wasn't it? 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, ran the team well, won the ball game. Bottom line, may not have been earth-shattering, but it didn't need to be.
We'll get a pause here. There appears to be a Panther who was shaken up on that last play. Looking to throw, Prescott. He finds his man, complete. That's Ferguson. Third play here, this opening drive as they're up against a 3rd and 5. Here's Prescott. Now he's going to step up and run. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. Prescott able to use those legs of his to pick up the first.
That's good for a Cowboys first down. 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
He's a talented runner, and that means he's always looking for bigger and bigger gains when he takes off. Certainly found some bonus yards there beyond the first down marker, and this early drive will continue.
The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. The sack recorded. It's a loss of 5, and now it's 2nd down. Getting into the act on the opening drive here with a sack, and remember, they had 5 last week.
And they saw that on film, and that meant that they had to get together. Offensive coordinator, quarterbacks coach, offensive line coach, receivers coach, and say, how do we beat this pressure? Because everyone has to win against the defense and get the ball in the hands of the quarterback very quickly.
And it's 3rd down.
To throw is Prescott. Finding Pickens for another catch. And he can only get this to the 42-yard line, and that is not near enough. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And it'll be 4th down. So now on comes the field goal unit. And wow, this is no ordinary try here. This will be spotted just shy of midfield. A 59-yard attempt. And that is no good. Oh, he missed it just wide of the upright. And this will remain a scoreless game. Well, that opening drive looked good for a moment there, but they'll wind up being turned away thanks to the missed field goal.
And those especially hurt when you come into a game on the road. You're trying to get things to go your way early, and now you suffer a setback right out of the gate.
So they tried the 59-yarder and missed it, and now this offense starts just 1 yard shy of midfield. They run here with Rico Dowdle. Now he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be 2nd down.
He's across midfield.
These are his numbers from last week's contest. 18 carries, 112 yards, and a touchdown.
And the way they ran the ball in last week's game has to be satisfying to their entire staff because they're seeing...
And he cannot get away, and Young will go down. Diggy Zua with the effort there to earn the sack.
Well, competition comes up in so many different ways. And right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. Had about 5 sacks last week. We just saw their first one of this game.
The throw out wide going to be incomplete. On fourth down, here's Sam Martin on to kick it away. Devontae Turpin deep for the Cowboys. Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. 3-2, their record through the first 5 games of the year as they got the victory last week. It's still early, just October, but what have you seen from these guys so far?
Well, what I've seen is a team that's still figuring out all their pieces because they've got some new faces from a year ago, adding some new draft picks. Sometimes it takes a month or so before you really start to gel as a team and for those players to figure out their roles. But right now, I see them starting to elevate.
And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. The numbers on the ground for Williams a week ago. 16 carries, 78 yards.
And as we discovered in talking with the coaching staff prior to the game, going up against a team that struggled against the run has only emboldened them to run the football more. They spent 40 to 50 carries in this game.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
That's good for a Cowboys first down.
Play fake. Here's Prescott. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. Second down.
Incomplete. It leads to 2nd and 10.
Prescott now he'll tuck this and run. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for third. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
And it's 3rd down.
From the shotgun, it's Prescott. And he is caught. And he will have a Cowboys first down by about 3 yards or so as they wind up getting 7 there on 3rd and 4.
Cowboys first down. 1st and 10 at the 33.
Now Prescott. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
2nd and 1 at the Panthers.
They go back to the ground with Williams. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. They missed a field goal on their last drive. Here they need something to even get into field goal range on 3rd down. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. Prescott to throw it. This is caught. That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and goal.
Here's Prescott. And this ball is caught by Lamb. Touchdown, Dallas. A great effort there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Cowboys are on the board first here this afternoon. An out route there for the score, a quick out route there for the score.
Yeah, you're not really surveying the defense on this one. You're just counting on timing, making this play happen. 1-2, ball's out of his hands, knows where he's going, just puts it to the outside. Touchdown.
Now a hit and a loose football. And I believe he was able to get this back. He was. Boy, after giving up the touchdown, lucky that didn't turn into another. Carolina getting set to take the field. And a 3 and out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out with a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive?
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
First connection there of the afternoon for those two, and it's good for a first down.
7-yard gain. And the Panthers first down.
On the run, it's Dowdle. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Ball on the 36 now. Here's a second down and 9.
Brings up second and 9.
Young to throw it.
At the 36-yard line.
He sets the fire deep. And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in. To throw, Young. And that's to the left sideline and incomplete. Now the punter, Sam Martin, called on to kick it away here.
In punt formation for Carolina.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 23. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Finds Pickens out right. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Now Prescott. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. In motion, the tight end. Prescott from the gun. The short one there taken in by Ferguson. Here's a 2nd and 8.
Ferguson. A gain of 2. Brings up 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
To the air again, Prescott. And this all incomplete. He tried to check it down to his running back and nearly had the ball picked. Prescott from the gun on 3rd. Now he's going to step up and run. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
First down. A gain of 11 on the play.
From the gun, it's a run for Williams. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. Prescott. And his throw is incomplete. Here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on 3rd down. Throwing, Prescott. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. After 7-0 on EA Sports.
First and goal, Dallas.
Start of the 2nd quarter, and it's the Cowboys in possession. Blue. Oh, he's going absolutely nowhere as he is hit behind the line. Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal.
Brings up 2nd and goal.
Back to throw here. Gets this into the hands of Blue. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. 2 first-half touchdown passes now for Dak Prescott. And the Cowboys go up by 2 touchdowns. The extra point up and good by Aubrey. And it's now 14-0. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. The Panthers offense and Bryce Young headed back onto the field. I mean, he's been solid here in the early part of the season, currently ranked in the top 5 amongst NFL quarterbacks in passing yardage. Open man, it's Palmer. Down the sideline he goes. Touchdown, Carolina! Trey Palmer, his first touchdown on the year. And the Panthers are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. Point after, right down the middle. And that'll make our score 14-7.
14.
Those are the kind of drives they like on offense, from the coordinator to the quarterback, the line, everybody. One play drive and into the end zone for 6. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. The Dallas offense back out onto the field. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways, because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
And a good run here as he'll rumble all the way down to the 40-yard line.
15 yards on the play. That's another Cowboys first down.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. From the 38 now, here comes 2nd and 8.
It's 2nd and 8.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 26.
A gain of 12 yards. That's another Cowboys first down.
They'll run up the middle here with Blue. He had to fight that time. Ran through one tackle, but ultimately he's only going to get back to the line of scrimmage.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Looking middle, and it's complete. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 15-yard line.
It's a gain of 11. And the Cowboys
They go with Blue between the tackles. They stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14. They work now on 2nd and 9.
A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. Showed off the toughness, but still corralled shy of the 5 at the 6.
It's a gain of 8. And it brings up 3rd.
On the sneak, it's Prescott. And he's able to pick up the first before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4.
That's good for a Cowboys first down. 1st and
Now a shotgun handoff, Blue. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal.
brings up 2nd and goal.
And they'll send the tight end in motion here. On 2nd and goal, Prescott. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. 3 touchdown passes now for Dak Prescott. And they are able to add on to their advantage. Aubrey good with a PAT. And it's now 21-7. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. A little juke. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Tackle on that play by Quentin Williams. Now 2nd and 9.
At the 36-yard line.
Now Young. No gain on the play. And that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9.
No gain on the
They'll
play.
come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Third down, Young from the gun. That's taken in by Palmer. And he is going to have a Panthers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
14 yards. And the Panthers first down. 1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
So a good grab there, and here's a guy, he had to learn the offense quick, just picked up as a free agent earlier this week.
And usually there's a connection, isn't there? A past coach, someone from the front office who knew him.
The ball comes out, but this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. The fumble on first down now, here's second down. Here's Young. Short throw, hauled in by Trimble. To the air once more, Young. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line.
Brings up second
Donovan Ezeraku.
At the Cowboys.
Credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Young now. They'll run the screen with Hubbard. A good job defensively to hold that to 4 yards, and now it's third down. Let's see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. A short throw hauled in by Trimble. And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to the 30.
A gain of 7.
That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And that's going to make it fourth down. Here's Young from the shotgun. And it's incomplete. They could not convert, and they turn it over. And the Panthers turned away on fourth down. And this 10-play drive winds up yielding nothing. So the defense has to stay out and get one more stop. They were able to do it, forcing the incompletion.
So on their record, that goes down as a successful play. It doesn't matter how they got there, how it happened. They got it done. They're the ones that are jubilant.
They begin with a carry for Blue. And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it. And it's second down. From the 33, here's a 2nd and 8.
At the 33-yard line.
They'll try and run again with Blue.
I really like the vision he displayed on that play because he saw there wasn't a lane to completely break off a huge gain. So he found where there was the most space and got what he could. A nice dirty run that's a positive play for the offense.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. The tight end in motion right. Looking to throw. Prescott. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45.
And the Cowboys first down.
From the shotgun, it's Prescott. Going right back to Ferguson. Now 2nd and 3.
Ferguson. A 7-yard pick.
Here's Prescott.
Up 2nd and 3.
Over the middle, hauled in by Lamb. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 33. Out of the gun, they run with Blue. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
The tackle made at the 24-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2.
To throw is Prescott. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts
A loss of 6
as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
3rd and long.
Prescott now. He's got his target. That's complete. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 18.
Yards on the play.
They give them 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
1st and 10.
What a drive this has been, just chewing up the yardage. And here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
Dak swinging this out quickly to Lamb. And he's got this inside the 10 to the 9 before he's out of bounds.
Out of bounds down at the 9-yard line. It's a gain of 9.
Now Prescott. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Dak Prescott now 4 touchdown passes on the afternoon. And the Cowboys will extend their lead here just before halftime. Now the extra point up and good by Aubrey. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. So just 8 ticks remaining here in the first half as they'll kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And with 8 seconds on the clock, really not a lot of time to try to put anything together. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. Final play of the half, Young. He's going to take a shot at the end zone. Why not? That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. So halftime straight ahead. Let's get you down to the Sunshine State and Scott Hansen with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks much. Welcome in, everyone, to the Orlando studios. Scott Hansen with you for a quick recap of the first half, which has been strongly one-sided. This is heading towards blowout territory unless they can come from behind and get themselves a victory. Let's find out what happens in the second half. Let's go back out to the commentary team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The Panthers offense and running back Rico Dowdle headed back onto the field. And they've used him quite a bit in the passing game as you take a look at the NFL leaders in receiving yards by a running back, and he's right there in the mix. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he's able to break out a 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. From the 29, here's the 2nd and 4.
At the 29-yard line.
Young to throw it. And the Cowboys pressure gets there this time for the sack. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. To throw, Young. His hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a 1st down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
So possession goes over here on the punt, and the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Well, this offense, this team, they are rolling right now, Charles. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. You look at the scoreboard, and they pretty much right now got this thing on cruise control.
Yeah, and this is that time of game where you and I have to be prepared, right? Isn't this kind of like that empty the bucket time where you have to go into your blowout material and make sure we have some different things? That's what we're staring at right now, the way this one is going.
Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he stopped behind the line of scrimmage.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
Here's Prescott. Able to hit his target low. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds.
It's a gain of 14 yards. That's good for a Cowboys 1st down.
On 1st down, it's Blue. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 41-yard line.
Prescott. And he's got his man in stride, complete. A gain of 8 there on the play. And that'll bring us to a 3rd and 4.
3rd and 4.
Throwing. Prescott. He's going to float this one deep right side. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Here's Brian Anger now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. Here are the Panthers now as their offense comes back out onto the field.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got to find...
Throw left side is complete on the diving effort.
13 yards on the play. That's good for a Panthers first down.
Young off the play fake. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes. But the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
Young. His throw incomplete.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
It'll be Young again. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And finally, he's taken down at the 18. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. That's complete out right to the tight end, Trimble. So they'll get 8 out of that completion. And it'll be 2nd and a couple.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 10-yard line.
Looking to throw. Young. Quick hitter here. It's complete. Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1.
Brings up 3rd down.
Young takes it on the sneak. And he's going to be touched down right at the line of scrimmage.
It's a gain of a yard. That's another Panthers first down. 1st and goal at the 7-yard line.
A running play. It's Dowdle. And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play.
Tackle made at the 5-yard line. A gain of 3. Brings up 2nd.
Now Young. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. That caught by Trimble. A great job to hold him to just a yard there. Now it's 4th and goal.
A 26-yard attempt.
And this one is right through. And the deficit drops now from 21 down to 18. So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps them inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
The Cowboys offense and Dak Prescott getting ready to go once more. And he's been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been totally taken apart, and that is borne out in his numbers. He's been terrific all game long. They'll bring the tight end in motion right here. Prescott to throw it. He'll swing this out to Blue. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
A 3-yard pickup.
Prescott from the gun. A short one there taken in by Ferguson. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
And it's 3rd down.
Now Prescott. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have a Cowboys first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And the Cowboys first down. 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50.
2nd and 9.
Taken down at the 50-yard line. A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9.
Prescott now from the 50. Throw left side, hauled in by Pickens.
A gain of 9 yards. That's good for a Cowboys first down. 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
They hand it off. It's Blue.
Down to about the 37.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short game. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
And he is out of bounds inside the 30.
It's a gain of 8. That's another Cowboys first down.
Play fake. Here's Prescott. And he is caught by Lamb. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line.
19 yards.
That puts him in excellent position. 1st and goal after a gain of 19.
1st and goal at the 10-yard line.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
And the ball situated at the 9. 2nd and goal.
2nd and goal at the 9-yard line.
Looking to throw. Prescott. And that went to the right side and incomplete. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
3rd and goal.
Prescott on 3rd and goal. And he's got it. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. So with a 4th and goal looming, we hit the end of 3 quarters of play. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we're back now in Charlotte. It's the Cowboys with the football. They'll be looking to tack on to their lead as we get set for the 4th. They run for it. Here's Blue. And I don't think he got in. He did it. He's stoned at the 1-yard line. They stop him up short on 4th and goal from the 1. And the Panthers defense able to deliver the goal line stand. So we were looking at each other up here in the booth when they went for that saying, oh, wow, talk about trying to add insult to injury.
Some teams are just like that. You know, some philosophies, some coaches are like, look, when I got a chance to put some more points on the board, I don't care what the situation, I'm going to do it. And they're also the same coaches as a general rule that if someone does it to them, you won't hear a peep of protest out of them. That's just who they are.
2 yards to go, 2nd down.
At the 8-yard line.
On play action, Young. That's completed right side to Palmer. And he'll be out of bounds up past the 10-yard line.
4 yards. That's good for a Panthers first
Young.
down.
There's Tremble, the tight end. 2nd and 6.
Number 82, Tommy Tremble. 4 yards on the pickup.
Young working out of the gun.
At the 16-yard line.
And he'll lose yardage on this one back to the 13. They'll wind up losing 3 here on the play. And that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9.
Boy, how good has this defense been seemingly all game long?
I really think right from the first snap, I think you're really onto something there. In this passing game, it just can't get off the ground. And that play, it wound up losing yardage.
Young to throw it. Now he'll tuck this and run. Now nifty juke there.
Much fun for a guy trying to tackle him.
And he is going to have a Panthers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 27-yard line.
He certainly isn't looking at the scoreboard out there because, to me, all he's concerned about is analyzing the field and making most of the time left in this game. Deficit's still there, but he's starting to hit them with some big plays.
Well, that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there. Forced the ball free, and it's second down.
And he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30.
And the trend continues here in the fourth like it was in the first, second, and third. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pack one of these runs. But the bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they keep handing it to him.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. From the shotgun, it's Young. To the sideline and incomplete.
I'll tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to need a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
Yeah, once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete. Throwing, Young. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle third. He couldn't catch it. Now third down.
Incomplete.
Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. But he cannot get away, and Young will go down. They could not contain Kenny Clark as he gets home for the sack.
Guys with his talent in the pocket aren't supposed to be getting hit like this, and you know an intense conversation with the offensive line is going to occur after this one. Might not be from him, but the offensive line coach will have plenty to say about this game.
It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. And the Panthers turned away on 4th down. And Dallas, they'll take over in terrific field position. Well, at this stage of the game in the second half, down 3 scores, I guess they felt like they needed to push.
And let's face it, with this deficit, if they give up another score here after they didn't get it, does it really matter?
Right.
It really doesn't. They had to go and try and make something happen if they had any chance of winning this game.
And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage.
2nd and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Here's Prescott. The short one there taken in by Ferguson. And he's stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
Brings up 3rd and 5.
Prescott from the gun on 3rd. And this is going to be incomplete. So on 4th down, Prescott off, and on is Aubrey for the Cowboy field goal. This from 42 yards out. And his kick is right there. It's good. So the starting field position was terrific following the surprising turnover on downs, but the end result, only 3 points.
Simply stated, I think you have to look at that as a missed opportunity.
Oh, a heck of a move. Man. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. And the Panthers coming out now. Facing a big fourth-quarter deficit here, things not looking good. You know, this offense, though, they've been in the top half of the NFL so far this season, but in this one, well, their defense has really struggled. And he will go down. A Cowboy sack.
It's a loss of 3. Brings up 2nd and 13.
The play fake. Now Young. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. They'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down.
That's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 8.
Now here's Young. Man, and he hits him in stride. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Young now. And that nearly their first pick of the game, but it falls down to the ground incomplete.
The coverage by Jordan Whitehead.
Young to throw it. Man open left side. It's his running back with it. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 down at the 31.
Slant route going to be caught by Palmer.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
16 more yards. That's another Panthers.
Here's Young. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
Now Young.
He'll get this complete to Sanders, the tight end.
They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
A gain of 1 brings up 3rd down.
Now Young.
Over the middle, complete into the hands of Trimble. And the Panthers are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Panthers 1st down.
Off the play fake, Young. And he's got his man in stride, complete. Touchdown! Jatavion Sanders from 3 yards out.
And the Panthers have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. So a little bit of a letdown there defensively. I mean, look, you're still 2 scores to the good, CD, but things may be a little more uncomfortable than they had hoped.
Yeah, if you kept him at the end zone there, this game's over. You've locked the door on him. Instead, it's still open a little bit, and they've got a puncher's chance.
The extra point splits the uprights, and the lead will be cut down to 14. 2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And the Cowboys are able to recover.
Illegal touching. Offense.
Well, CD, you understand. I mean, they're so eager trying to get back in this game here in the 4th quarter, but they touched that one a little too early before it went 10 yards.
Brandon, in such a high-stakes scenario, everyone's feeling the pressure on this play. The special teams coordinator, which one is he going to pick in terms of kicks? Can the kicker execute it? Can the team wait for 10 yards? So many variables, and in this case, they didn't get it done.
He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
And that doesn't have to gain big yardage to be an impactful play, because if you can get those pass rushers second-guessing themselves, that they might get hit with a screen, maybe you can wind up slowing them down just a step. And if you do that, that's a win for that play.
The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts. And as the 2 teams talking over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. On to give, this is Blue. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. Now the Panthers going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout. So that will leave them with no timeouts left. Still plenty of time on the clock. We'll see how that affects things here in this 4th quarter. They go again with Blue. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. A loss on that play, and now 3rd down gets tougher. 3rd and 6. Now Prescott. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown.
Jake Ferguson.
23 yards for the touchdown.
And the Cowboys are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead. Aubrey good with a PAT.
And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21.
Panthers 17. Brendan Aubrey.
So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away.
And he won't quite make it to the 25. The Carolina offense about ready to go. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. Just too much to handle on the other side in this one. That one complete to the net. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Out of the gun, it's Young. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
To throw, Young. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
To the ground and incomplete. Brings up a third down and 10 yards to go.
Young will set to throw. And this pass broken up. But the contact well timed there. And now fourth down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
It's desperation time. Young on fourth down. Tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jordan Whitehead. And the Cowboys will take over here as they get it up to the 33-yard line. And looky there, Charles, just acquired, already making an impact on the defensive side of the football.
Maybe not a superstar, but he does a few things well, and I think they'll emphasize that in his new role with this team.
So he'll take a knee here to wrap this one up, and he's going to want to keep that game ball. He was sensational. So this one will end in a victory for the Dallas Cowboys. And really, it looked at times like they just had this.